Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Well, I just walked in from the gym and I thought, I think I'll do some of my lunches. So usually I eat one big meal. So yesterday I made meatloaf enough for 2 days. So this is like lunch. So what inspired me to do this meal was I found a new channel. The channel is Sharon Johnson, and it's sardines and rice. So I talked to you guys a lot about the sardines and rice, but I want to show you what I do. And her videos are listed by date. So she has May 3rd, 2024. And then she did one today. Go to this one, May 7th, 2024. It's a Wonder Pot meal. Go subscribe to her, you guys, and get some good ideas. Okay, so what I have here is I boiled about a 1/3 cup rice because I want to make enough for 2 or 3 days. So I'm keeping it warm, and what I have is coconut milk, but you can use any milk. Here is this is such a good meal is you have your sardines, which are some fish, and this is some cashew milk. And the thing about this is this was a lot of milk for 3/4 cup, 3/4 cup nuts. I'm not going to go into all the recipes, all the directions, because I just made this yesterday, I think it was. All right. So this way, this turned out really milky. I'll let you see. They say almonds. After I just drink this stuff, but I could eat it on cereal. So, okay, now I have coconut milk from Walmart. So I'm just going to put 1/4 cup. This is for a little batch. I try to do this, I've been watching videos that don't speak English. So then I will add one. Isn't this pretty? I bought this at a thrift store. I haven't been doing thrift store shopping for about 6 months. And I just want to add 1 tablespoon of sugar. You can add more. Sometimes I just make rice, cover it with milk and sugar, but this is going to be sticky rice, my version. Okay, so I want to put this on top. So here's what we've got so far, and then I want to cook this for just a minute. Okay. And then I have mango slices. These are hard to find, but I found them reasonable, and I stockpiled 6 cans. But I also had a trail mix, and I removed all of the dried mangoes. And those are in the freezer. I could have used those. But I kind of wanted to highlight the sticky rice for you guys. Okay, so now, let's see if I have a good bowl. Yeah, this one is good. Okay. So go to Sharon Johnson and subscribe. So, so you've stockpiled a lot of food, which is going to leave money for hamburger, chicken, bacon, eggs, and then you stockpile potatoes and rice. So once you stockpile potatoes and rice, all you have to do is buy the meat. So what I'm doing is I'm removing all of the food except the meat out of my freezer, and all I want in there is meat and cheese. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's looking good. It's looking good. See? Oh, I think this isn't a big enough. So what I want to do is get the milk on the top so that I can hopefully turn it out onto the plate. Okay, so this turned out really good, and so you might be thinking, well, your rice is overcooked. Well, that is why it's called sticky rice, you guys. And then you can just slip, this also is really good rice pudding. No wasting. Okay, so here it is. That's the sticky rice, the way I make it. I worked in Asian shops, and I think my sticky rice is actually better than theirs myself. Okay, so now what is really good with this sweet rice are these sardines. So this is like my sardines and sticky rice. I'll show you. I hope I can get this open. Sometimes the cans, oh. So I like to just eat these right out of the can. So how many ounces are these? These are 3.75. So, okay, I want to put my sticky rice on here. Truthfully, you're probably easily going to be able to eat the whole thing. But for demonstration purposes. So now, and so the trick is you want to stockpile food that's actually tasty and that you want to eat. And you want to teach your children this in case hard times strike. So there's a lot in here. That's actually a half a can. And so dinner time. Here we go. Okay, life is good. Okay, so now this video is my sardines and rice, stockpile for hard times and tasty meals. Is this a tasty meal? Yes, this is a very tasty meal. Let me give you a close-up of the food. Okay. Hopefully that showed. My phone is really old and it's not, I can't see what I'm doing. That's why bad things are happening. Okay, now, okay, so inflation is on food, energy, and transportation. I told you about my little trip to the DMV. So I have 7 meals. Oatmeal and nut milk. So this is the cashew milk. This would be good. I'm going to be making, they say the 2 best milks are cashew and almond. I think that's true. Okay, oatmeal and nut milk. Eggs and dehydrated bacon bits. So I just dehydrate them in the oven. And then I just keep them in the freezer and I can get a quick meal after the gym. Okay, now cheese. This is like the Oslo diet. Remember the Oslo diet for the children? Cheese, butter, and bread, commonly known as grilled cheese. Hash browns and hash browns. Okay, so in the day, what I am discovering is food that's going to get me through whatever comes. So, Grandma makes 500-year-old hash browns, recipe in a Carpathian mountain village, Giulian, Gulian Jones. And I put these on my, I put this on my X for you guys. I'm trying to remember to put the videos on there. So these are really going, I made a sausage and vegetable stir fry, but you can use Vienna sausages, you can use hot dogs, you can use any vegetables. So that's a good one, but that's not what I'm doing here. Okay, soup with crackers, and then homemade peanut butter and cheese. So I just want to show you a couple soups. Okay, potato soup is good, but you can make potato soup. We'll go into that in a minute. I got these 50% off vegetables, so you'll have plenty of vegetables. And I guess that's the only ones I took out. So you can make your own cream cheese, or you can buy your big chubs of cheese, one per month. So that is a good one. Okay, deviled ham sandwich and chips. So I used to drive all the way to Las Vegas, and we would go straight to this cowboy bar. There's lots of cowboys in there, and we had free sandwiches, which were deviled ham, mayonnaise, mustard, white bread, and deviled ham, and we used to look forward to those. And then what I do is I buy chips, like an assortment, so deviled ham and chips, or tuna and chips. So an assortment of chips is nice to keep on hand. So you could also make fries. Clam chowder and crackers, or oyster stew. So for that you can use your potato soup, and you just add a little milk because it's usually thinner, and then just put the oysters with the juice in it. Okay, so that is for the oyster stew if you want to make a quick batch. Okay, but if you want to make the homemade one, boil potatoes in water and season with onions, chives, parsley, salt, and pepper. When really soft, add the same amount of undiluted evaporated milk, 1 tablespoon butter, and a can of oysters. Do not take out the juice, because that's going to give you a nice tasty soup. All right, let me give you a shot of this. Okay, I mentioned to you guys that I subscribe to life coaches on YouTube. And so one of them said, you know, if you want to be in a good mood, go get music that you used to listen to when you were young. So I wanted to create a playlist, and I put it on my X for you if you would like to see it. I finally managed to get a decent teacup and plate, $5. And I have a spoon collection, and I thought you can just use this. This is a 925 spoon for your tea. And I have some black tea. So for my lunch, you know, this lunch, I like to drink tea. And then I like to eat these tasty, like a continental breakfast. Some of these were big, some of these were little. I got them for $3. I would buy them again if they were on sale. And some of them don't have that much filling, and some of them do. Here it is. That will taste good with my tea. Now, when I was creating the playlist, I thought I can see why men leave women for younger women. I mean, they're so passionate. Without your love, I will die. Well, I had quite a few breakups, and I didn't die. And one that came to my mind, which kind of cracked me up, honestly, for years it wasn't funny, was I had this boyfriend for 5 years, not for a week, for 5 years. So since my son, you know, since I left my husband, so I took my little boy to private school, and I thought, oh, I'll go. It was early. I usually couldn't go to my boyfriend's house because of my little boy. I thought I'll go to the house and I will surprise him. You know, like, surprise, here I am. Well, I surprised myself. The door swung open and there was like this woman. She goes, I know who you are. And I'm Ron's girlfriend and we're getting married. And I just looked at her and really truthfully, she turned my stomach. She had on this outfit like a Mexican waitress, you know, with the flared skirt. She was way older than me. She had knobby knees, and I used to call her the thing or the creature. And I looked past her, and there's my picture on the wall, and I had helped my boyfriend decorate the apartment, and it was like so filthy. And I said, get my picture. So, I mean, I used to pay a lot for these photos. So I go to myself, oh my God, I don't believe this. I mean, I told him, you know what really hurts my feelings? I can see if you left me for somebody young and beautiful, but that creature is an eyesore. What are you thinking? So I went back to the shop and I said to my friends, I go, you won't believe what happened. They go, what happened? I go, I went to Ron's house and there was this hideous woman in there. And she said, I know who you are. We're getting married. And my friends go, what? I go, yeah. So about that time, here comes my boyfriend. And I go, I am never speaking to you again. And I ran into the bathroom and I slammed the door and shut it. So I'm thinking my friends would come get me, but no. They just left me in there, and finally I go, I can't stay in here all day. I came out and they started laughing. They go, he left. We wanted to see how long you would stay in there. Well, now I go, wow, my friends are so mean, but I started laughing. It actually made me feel better. But on some of these songs, if you see me walking down the street and you know she's crying, so I'm thinking maybe they thought I was crying or something, but I was actually in shock. So when I looked into the awful house, I saw mushy cards like he used to give me all the time. I saw pink flower arrangements, and his daughter was a florist, and I knew his daughter had made them. And I said, get me floral arrangements in baskets because then I can put them in the refrigerator, and they were like all over the house. So I started doing the flowers, but truthfully, for years my stomach would turn, like I would become nauseous at Mexican food smells. I couldn't stand flowers, especially pink. And so, you know, the songs, without you, I would die. And I thought, no, you won't die. So that was kind of a memory, a moment. Okay, so that's that. But I was thinking, you know, this current worldwide situation, like without you, I would die. You know, we get dramatic. We go, we're going to die. We're going to be nuked. We're going to starve. Well, until, like, I think about it sometimes and I go, well, if you think about it, that's why the Americans are armed. And another thing is we have the police, which could be thought of as a domestic army that keeps us safe. Plus retired military, and, you know, hopefully if something happened, we would fight back. Or like if like this area became very unsafe, hopefully I would leave before trouble struck. So I just wanted to mention that. But the main thing I wanted to mention were these stockpile meals. Okay, see, these are all these from Germany. Actually, herring is a little bit better than sardines, but I like those Louisiana hot sauce. But see how this one has pineapple? And I learned from the vegetarian way that pineapple is your best fruit. So for antimicrobial stuff. So pineapple in its own juice would be an awesome thing to stockpile. And on this sardines and rice that Sharon Johnson made, she made a large portion, and she said in the video, and she's going to stay up very late. I go, oh, a fellow insomniac. So that was awesome. So, okay, so now a little bit more on the the food pantry. So something happens and we can't get any hamburger, chicken, or bacon, or eggs. The food bank gave us, in lieu of meat pretty much, although they did give us small portions. But what I've noticed on the videos, a lot of people go to more than one food pantry in a week. Like maybe one gives you more meat. Okay, so dairy, bread, no matter what. So if you can make your own bread, this is why I saved the way. Okay, I want to show you. Last night I made more yogurt. Here it is. It's so easy to make. And also you can put your mangoes on, or your pineapple, or any kind of fruit on your homemade yogurt. And I also have a little salad, but I'm eating that for dinner. So think about, do I have milk mainly? Because if you have milk, I've showed you all the things you can make. Eggs, peanut butter. So if you have nuts, you can make nut milk and peanut butter. That's the two major things, because oatmeal with no milk is dangerous. Kids with no milk is not good either. So peanut butter, cheese. So for big bags, think about, if you like, I bought a big bag of raisins, but by eating just 2 tablespoons of raisins a day, I depleted a lot of raisins. So big bags of cheese, nuts, and powdered milk. And I mentioned to you guys, I made cheese out of the Walmart powdered milk, non-fat. But I don't know if that would be my favorite way to stockpile, because I think this coconut milk and this evaporated milk is gonna be like gold if something happens, because you can make your refried beans and you can make curry. So be thinking about that. So is this a recession? Yes. I mean, they're saying, I think the reason that they're not calling it a recession is because a lot of people aren't suffering at all right now. But there is evidence of there's going to be a pullback on used cars, because I was watching a video by Kathy Woods, and what she said is people didn't want to commute at all, so during the COVID they bought cars, which makes sense. But now the cars are inflated and they're going to retract, and then the car dealers are going to lose thousands. It's a good time to get a good deal. Stock market. Okay, we already see some retractions, but what I think could really harm us is if the foreign investors pulled out. Real estate. Okay, when the real estate retracts, it's a good time to buy if you can afford it. But if a lot of people lose their jobs and can't pay for their houses, that I've been through those kind of real estate pullbacks, and when I was young, I got a nice little house. But then my husband and I fought violently, and he pushed me down, and I got a concussion, which caused me to divorce him, and then that caused me to get the rat that I told you about. Okay, and foreclosures on houses. Okay, they used to have assumable loans, but at this time we don't have them. And so there's these things, the rich people are going to buy all the houses, and then we're going to be like a feudal system. Well, that goes back to the panic thing. Let's see what happens. And then job loss. So I was watching a good video, and it was this guy, and he goes, if you have to work 2 or 3 jobs, that's what you have to do. That's what I did. And it was actually pretty miserable and pretty painful. Okay, now I'll give you the stir fry recipe again. This can be Vienna sausage, pork sausage, Spam, and then you can serve it on top of rice. Okay, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Please like, comment. My boyfriend For years, I used to call him the dirty rat. And God bless you all.